Now say hello again to YouTube because we have to record, remember? And let's go ahead and practice. Hello, YouTube. Okay, so right now, this is going to be our presentation. But sorry, guys, it is not over here because remember that Google Drive doesn't help me. Doesn't help me a lot, so I will do it from the computer, okay? Let me start with this. Okay, so right now we will be speaking about the simple past, but we are going to talk about the verb to be. Okay, in simple present, the verb to be is am, right? I am. The verb to be also in simple present is are. You are, we are, they are, simple present. And also the simple present for the verb to be is, right? He is, she is, it is. But in simple past, we only see two verb to be, was and were, okay? So what is this topic about? Okay, for example, the simple present Tom is at school today. This is present, right? But here, if you want to transform a sentence in past, so then you use was. Tom was at home yesterday, right? Not today, Friday, yesterday, Thursday, right? And that is the way that you are going to be able to transform the verb to be into past. Instead of is, you use was. Yes, as in this case, in present, now in this case is was. Yes, Tom was at home yesterday. For example, the next sentence, we are at school today, or we are at Fumbal today. But for the simple past, the next sentence can be, are, we transform it into were. We were at home yesterday. So help me with the pronunciation, guys. Was.
Was.
Were.
Were.
Were. Okay,
Were.
so this is the pronunciation, was and were.
Was. Were.
For example, here I have the example. My complement is going to be at school yesterday. I am speaking, or let's say Fumbal, okay? What about if we say Fumbal? At Fumbal yesterday, for example. Okay, for example, in positive way, we are going to use was. I was at school yesterday. He was at Fumbal yesterday. She was at Fumbal yesterday. The dog was at Fumbal yesterday, for example. We use for the personal pronouns, we use was in past. Yes. Instead, in negative, we are going to use wasn't. Yes. I wasn't at school yesterday. He wasn't at school yesterday. She wasn't at school yesterday. It wasn't at school yesterday. So repeat with me. Wasn't.
Wasn't.
This is a contraction, guys. You can also find that the complete expression is was not. Yes. In English, they use a lot of contractions. So for example, the contraction for was not is wasn't. Okay. So I wasn't, repeat with me, wasn't.
Wasn't.
Yes, this is for saying, yes, I was at school. But this is for saying, no, I wasn't at school yesterday. Yeah. But then for the next verbs, guys, then for the next personal pronouns, we, you, and they, the form of the verb is going to be were. Yes. For example, we were at school yesterday. You were at school yesterday. They were at school yesterday. Yes. And if we want to say that we were not, we weren't. Yes. Repeat with me the pronunciation. Weren't. That is the negative. Weren't. Yes. Weren't. So, for example, we weren't at school yesterday. You weren't at school yesterday. They weren't at school yesterday. Yes. And this is a contraction for the expression were not. So you can use were not or weren't. Yes. The pronunciation, guys, you have to emphasize the T. Weren't.
Weren't.
Weren't. Emphasize the T. T. Do the T sound. Weren't.
Weren't.
Weren't. That's better, Adrian. Weren't. Yes. You have to emphasize that so you can know the pronunciation. So it is easy. Basically, it is two forms of the verb. Was and were for positive. And for negative, wasn't and weren't. Yeah. For negative. Yes. So, give me a second. Let me erase this or delete this. And now for the question form, remember that for the question form, we use the symbol question mark, and we also use, we also use, in this case, because we are using the verb to be, we are going to use the verb. Yes, not did. Right now, did is only for the regular and irregular verbs. But right now that we are using the verb to be, the verb to be is going to be our symbol. Was I at school yesterday? Was he at school yesterday? Was, I don't know, was Camilo at school yesterday? Was Allison at Fumbal yesterday? Was the dog at the school yesterday? Yes. And for question form, we use were first. You see, it is the first thing that we put for question. Were we at school yesterday? Were you at school yesterday? Were they at school yesterday? Yes. So when we use the verb to be, we are going to put was and were first. Yes. And then we finish with the question mark. Yeah. Don't worry, because right now we will work in some examples. So, for example, if you see here, we have examples of a question, okay? Was he at home yesterday? And we have two options. Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. Repeat with me. Was he at home yesterday?
Was he?
Yesterday?
Yes, he was.
Yes,
he was.
No, he wasn't.
No, he
Oh,
was.
He was.
No. Were you at home yesterday?
Were you
Were you
at
home
home
yesterday?
Yes, you were.
Yes, you were.
No, you
No,
weren't.
you weren't.
No, you weren't.
weren't. Remember to emphasize the T for negative. No, you weren't. Or no,
No,
you were
you-
not.
No,
Yes.
you were not.
No, you were not. So now we are going to take a look at one story in simple past. It is Bob and Bill. For this example, guys, they are animals, yes? But in order to use it as an example, instead of use it, I am going to use he, okay? So don't get confused, yeah? Okay, so help me to read, guys. Help me to read.
One day, Bill was hungry.
So Bill was hungry, thank you. I need some meat, some sausages, some pork, some hamburgers. You know, he was hungry. He was thinking about food. He was hungry, yes? Now, Can somebody read this?
Here, Bob was hungry too.
Bob was hungry too. So when you say two, it means that one person was hungry and you were hungry. Oh, I was hungry too. Yeah, it is when you repeat the same action as other person. For example, if Mario is angry and I am angry, I can say Mario is angry and I am angry too. Yes. So it means that you are repeating the same emotion. Yeah. Juan is happy. I am happy too. I am repeating the same emotion. Yes. That is when you use to. So in this case, Bill was hungry. Bob was hungry too. He was repeating the same feeling, right? I am hungry. Some McDonald's, some, some Pizza Hut, yeah? Some Domino's, some KFC, whatever, right? Some Taco Bell. So then we are going to go ahead and check. Now we'll see. Can somebody read this part?
Fred was in the park.
Fred was in the park. So what was the location? The park. He was in the park, right? Fred was in the park. Next.
He was
hungry.
hungry.
He was hungry, no?
He was.
He
He wants.
He wasn't.
He was not hungry.
Don't get confused with these guys because this is a verb. You see, if you say he wants, you are saying this. He wants. And this is a verb, guys. This is a verb, but and this is not the same information as this. He wasn't. Yes. He wasn't. Repeat. He wasn't hungry.
He wasn't hungry.
So in this case, Bob was hungry, Billy was hungry, but Fred wasn't hungry, right? Fred wasn't. He wasn't. He was playing.
Hungry.
Yeah? He wasn't hungry. Yeah. Let's go with the next one. Okay. So let's meet some other friends. We have Chuck, Ted, Benji, and Beethoven, right? So Chuck, Ted, Benji, and Beethoven were also in the park. So Fred was in the park, and also Chuck, Ted, Benji, and Beethoven, they were in the park, right? They were in the park. They were playing. They were biting people, Remember? That dogs are like gangs. Yeah. Chuck, Ted, Benji, and Beethoven were also in the park. Yeah. They weren't hungry. Repeat with me.
They weren't hungry.
So it means that Bob and Billy, they were hungry. But Chuck, Ted, Benji, Beethoven, and Fred, they weren't. Yes? They were happy. Instead, they were happy, They were happy. Okay? So, can somebody read the next? Allison, read.
Yeah. There was
a sign.
This
is the sign, Yes, the sign, señal, right? There was a sign. But you have to read this. Ted said. When you said is the past of say. For example, I say hello. I say hello. The past is said. So Ted said, there was a sign, Bill. Yeah, there was a sign, Bill. Yes, let's continue and let's see who can help me with it. Gilberto, can you read the next one?
Yes, he also saying it was very funny.
Mhm. There was a sign. It was very funny. Very good. Brian, can you read the next?
So we were in the park too. We were fast and we were still hungry.
Soon we were in the park too. We were fast and we were still hungry. So they haven't eaten anything yet. Yes. Gabby, can you read?
Boy, go.
Coming. Instead of boy, coming.
Coming. Okay. There was a chest in the sandbox. It was
A chest
full
in a sandbox.
and chase in the sandbox. It was full of bones. Bones. There were bones for everyone.
Correct. So what happened in the story? That the bones were inside this, right? And there were bones, yes, a lot of bones. So, David.
Yes, teacher. Okay. There was a bone for Bob, and one for Ted, and one for Fred.
So there was a bone for Bob, and there was another bone for Ted, and another bone for Fred. Yes? And now who wants to read this?
There were bones everywhere.
Yeah, so it means that the bones were everywhere, yes? Where you see bones, 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 yeah? Who wants to read this part?
The friends were never more hungry.
Yeah, the friends were never more hungry. They were fat, right? Because they ate a lot of bones. Yeah. So this is the story. You see, we were using the verb to be, mostly the verb to be. Yeah. And now I want you to try. I want you to talk to me, not the teacher right now. I will not speak. I want you to be proactive, guys, and you speak with the following story, and you need to help me, okay? Help me for a little moment. Just give me a second, okay? Give me just 1 second. Okay, for example, first sentence. Who wants to read the first sentence?
I was not at home yesterday.
Exactly. According to the photo, right? It looks like he's not at home. So I wasn't. Yeah. I wasn't or I was not at home yesterday. I wasn't at home yesterday. The pronunciation of this, please. I wasn't at home yesterday. Repeat.
I wasn't at home yesterday.
Very good. Second sentence, according to the photo.
I wasn't.
I was at school.
I was at school. Very good. Good. According to the photo, third sentence.
I was happy because.
I was happy because. What?
Because my friends
Where?
at school.
Because my friends were at school too, right? I was happy because my friends were at school too. And the last sentence, guys.
They were.
Where?
Weren't?
Sorry?
Wasn't.
Weren't.
Wasn't. Happy.
What do you see in the photo? Are they happy or they are not happy?
Yes.
They
Happy.
were.
Where?
They were happy.
They were happy. Yeah. You see?
Okay.
Excellent, guys. Excellent. You see? When we use the verb to be, we are describing what is happening with people, animals, or things, right? Let's try another story, okay? Let's try another one. So now, first of all, before we read this story, I want to show you something. So here is the dad, here is the son, and I will show you what a playground is, okay? I want you to check what is a playground, yeah? When you see this, in a park, guys, this is a playground in English, right? In a park, when you go to the park and you see these games, this is a playground, okay? Playground, okay? Repeat with me.
Playground.
Playground.
Mostly you will see something like this, right? A playground. Do you have parks that have this playground, guys? Here in Quetzaltenango, there are like two parks that have this. Two parks that have playground. In your city, do you have playground in your parks? No. Or yes, you do.
Yes.
Yes?
In my city, yes.
In your city, yes. Thanks for sharing that. And some games of the playground for the story, guys. Only for the story, we have a slide, which is this. This is a slide, which is in the playground. And we also have a swing, yes, which is this in the playground, yeah?
Okay.
Swing and slide, okay? So let's continue with the story. Okay, so according to the photo, you have to answer the sentences, okay? What is the first sentence?
Where? The playground.
Where?
It is Tom, it is he.
Was.
Was in the playground last week.
Okay, Tom was in the playground last week. Very good. According to the picture, second sentence.
He was with his
Was.
He was with his
Was.
dad. Remember that you have to tell me the whole sentence. You practice your English, okay? Yeah. He was with his dad, okay? The third sentence.
Tom's mom was in the
Where?
playground.
Do you see the mom? I only see the dad. Oh, what happened is that in British, they call it mom, but in United States, mother or mom with O instead of U. So what do you think about this? What is the sentence?
Tom's mood, I was in that playground.
The mom of Tom was in the playground or the mom of Tom was not?
Was not.
Was not.
Tom's mom wasn't in the playground. Yeah, because we are talking about Tom, mom, we are talking about she, right? She wasn't in the playground. Yeah. Now, according to the photo, what is this sentence?
Wasn't on the slide.
This is a slide or what is this?
The swing.
Was.
This is a swing. So what? This is not a slide. This is a swing.
Tom was not on the slide.
Tom wasn't on the slide. So what is the last sentence?
He was on the swing.
He was on the swing. Yes. You see, it is describing positions. Yeah. It is describing the mom, the father, or the position. Yeah. The location of the person. And the last one, guys. I want you to try this one. So this is a zoo. Yes. This is a zoo. When you go to the zoo, you are happy or you are scared, like, oh no, the animals, they will kill me. What are you? Scared or happy?
Happy.
Okay, with that logic, let's read the story. Because in the picture, there is no much details, right? There are not many details, and sometimes people get confused, but let's see, okay? So, according to the picture, not exactly to the picture, but can you tell me this sentence? Can you complete this sentence?
Sally and Tom were in the zoo last weekend.
Correct. Sally and Tom were in the zoo last weekend. That is correct, because when we talk about Sally and Tom, we are talking about they, right? They were in the zoo last weekend. Second sentence.
There were elephants in the zoo.
There were elephants too. There were elephants in the zoo. Now, what else?
Where?
But what is the sentence?
Well, they weren't.
Where?
Huge means big, you know,
So big.
big. So we are talking about the elephants. That is the reason that they use they, because they are talking about the elephants. What is the sentence?
They were huge.
Where?
They were huge. It means huge. It means big, 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 right? Huge, huge, huge. Yeah, they were huge. And then now the second sentence.
That the children were scared.
So that is my question. What do you think? The children were the elephants and they were huge. What do you think? The children were like, wow, they are huge? Or they were like, oh no, they are huge. What do you think?
Weren't.
They weren't, okay? So they weren't scared. Let's see.
Yes.
Very good. They weren't scared. And what about this?
It was great.
It was great. It is like, it is an expression of emotion, right?
Yes.
It was great, guys. It was great. Yes, it was great. Very good, guys. Nice. So, what is it? The step right now? The step for you right now is that you will complete an exercise in the platform always, but I will show it to you. Okay, guys, so right now we are practicing the verb to be. Yes. So we are going to practice the exercise. Practice the simple past verb to be. So we have two exercises. Go ahead and let's practice the first exercise. And if we finish, I will give you 10 minutes to practice this. So for example, in this case, this is difficult, guys, because I don't know. For example, it was cold yesterday. We don't know if it wasn't. Oh yeah. It is positive because it has only be, right? So what is the positive for be?
Was.
It was cold yesterday. And if you see, check. Now, what about this one, the second one?
Was.
But tell me the whole sentence.
She was hungry.
She was hungry.
She was hungry. Very good. Number 3.
We were late for meet.
This be is this word, guys. It is the past. Be is the word that we are using here. What happened is that we don't use be, we use was or we use were. It is the verb to be, so you don't have to say be. What is the sentence? We were late for the meeting. Because if you say we were late for the meeting, it sounds It sounds funny, but someday I will explain to you. You say meeting, okay? Meeting. Because we were, mating. Look, mating in English is temporada de apareamiento. So if you say we were late for the mating, it means nosotros estábamos tarde para la temporada de apareamiento, right? That's why I was laughing. It sounds weird, right? So it is meeting. Meeting is reunión. Nosotros estuvimos tarde para la reunión. Yeah. It is different, right? Do you see how a little mispronunciation changed completely the meaning? Yes. That's why you have to be careful. We were. Let's continue. Next.
I was.
Tired. Like, oh, I am tired. Yeah. I was tired last night. What about this?
The exam was difficult.
The exam was difficult.
Teacher, please, when I was use the and the for the exam of the exam. Do you understand me?
Yes, I understand. We use the exam, for example, when we are talking about something that it is specific. For example, something that I already know. For example, this pen, it is the pen already because I know that it is the pen. If I don't know the pen, if it is the first time, I say a pen, yeah, which is one pen. But in my case, I already know, I call it the pen, yes, because I am already know what pen I am talking about, yes. You will learn that later, so don't worry, but that is the explanation. Right now, I am going fast because I am going to give you some tips before the test. I will help you when we get to that topic, okay? Let's continue. We will do until the 10 only. Help me with this.
They were
in Berlin. Remember that you have to tell me the whole sentence. They were in Berlin. 7.
You were in the library when I called you. I called you.
You were in the library when I called you. Very good. Very good. Next.
The holiday was fun.
Was fun. Fun is like, whoa, yeah, we enjoy. Yeah, fun. The holiday was fun. 9.
Was teacher?
It was early for the interview. And the number 10?
Was.
The people we met
last night was friends.
Was French. Good, guys. Oh, why? The people. Oh, no, sorry. People. Where? Yes. Okay. I didn't realize. I was thinking the person. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry. Because after this, at 1, you will have your test. The test is 10 points, right? So I just want to tell you some things that are going to be important. So I will stop for a moment.